Welcome to Whitney's World. I'm your host, Whitney Ward. Here we explore spirituality, mindset, and manifestation. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. Well, welcome back to another episode. Thank you guys for tuning in today. OMG. Wow, I've had the craziest weekend. And today is the 11 portal I am right now recording on. So Wednesday, it'll be the 13th by the time you guys hear this. But what a powerful day today. This past weekend has been extremely powerful for me on a reflection level. And this episode is really for you guys. I want to talk about trusting yourself and trusting the process. I know that I have, by the way, I just want to say, if you're not watching me on YouTube, you should. Please make sure you are liking and subscribing to my YouTube channel. 5 stars on Spotify. And if you could leave me an Apple review, I would really appreciate it. It really helps the message spread out to anyone that is looking for mindset, spirituality, and manifestation in this lifetime. So please share with someone you know, and let's get into it. So as you can see, I have a cardboard box behind me. I have Christmas boxes behind me. I have my Christmas tree up. It's not decorated, but it is up. And I am just like, there's a lot of moving parts right now going on, and what a journey. It has just been crazy. So as you can see, I have no makeup on. I actually have a sty, I'm pretty sure, and I'm waiting to hear back from an eye doctor that my beautiful mother works with, and I'm trying to see what's going on. But I haven't been wearing makeup the past couple of days because I have a sty, and really this weekend I kind of took the weekend off, and I want to go into why that is. But I really want to encourage you on your journey, wherever you are at in life, to trust your life's process. We are taught the opposite of that. We are taught to just go down a linear path, that we do not have control of our lives, that things outside of us are controlling us, that we are almost like a puppet being moved through life and we are on strings and someone is controlling us. And no, that is not correct. And I just want to break that myth, because for a long time, especially when I got into the conspiracy theory world, when I moved to Florida, I really did kind of feel like, is there some type of puppet master out there that's, controlling me and manipulating me, and I don't have actually control over my life? And so ever since I had my spiritual awakening, and I've really been going down my own journey to find out, who am I? What am I here for? What's the purpose of life? What is actually going on? It has really led me down the most beautiful path. And I've really been at a place where I decided that I wanted to see where life would take me if I just trusted my life, if I trusted myself, and if I allowed my inner being, my higher self, the God force within me, to direct my path and to kind of speak to me on what I should do, where I should go. And I should focus on things that make me feel good and stop doing things that don't make me feel good or going against the way I feel. And I think so many times we are basically at war with ourselves because what we want seems so far away from where we are at currently in life. And so sometimes what happens is we really want something or desire something. We have dreams, but we don't know how to get there. And it feels very good. It's like, oh my gosh, if I could actually go down that path, I know I would feel better. I know that I would feel so much more amazing and alive if I could do that. But what happens is we don't have anyone in our lives that we can reach out to that could really help us and cultivate achieving our dreams. And so we just do the realistic thing. We get the job, we go to college, we do what we're told. And then we wake up realizing one day, like, hey, this isn't actually making me happy. And there is a way to happiness, 100%. And it is really against what our society has taught us, but it's really to follow your heart, follow your intuition, stop thinking so much with your mind, and allow your feelings and the way that you feel really navigate you through life. And this is kind of where I've been. And if you guys know me at all, if you're a follower of mine, you know that I am literally obsessed with EDM music. I have been to the past 2 EDC Orlandos. I went in 2022 and 2023, and I was supposed to go this year. I've been talking about going all year, and I want to say a few months ago, I had this overwhelming just peace about not going to EDC. And I really couldn't tell you why that was happening. I was like, I don't know. I feel really like I'm not supposed to go this year. And I wasn't sure why, because I love going to festivals. I think going to a rave, being around ravers and dressing up and listening to just all different types of EDM music, being on your own like journey with your friends, like just experiencing that where you're kind of like in your own world while you're at the festival. I don't know. I just think like that is the most beautiful place. And I have had the most incredible experiences at festivals, especially EDC. And actually, maybe EDC is the only festivals I've been to. Anyway, but like I've been very adamant about like, I want to go to EDC. That's what I want to do. And I just love it. It lights my soul on fire. And I love going for 2 days, 3 days, whatever me and my group decide. I just love going to EDC. I did go to Alice in Wonderland at Red Rocks in October, and I felt kind of this year, like with everything I have going on, with everything I'm trying to build, working towards my dreams, my goals, when you step out of what you're trying to build, it does get hard to like, get right back on track, especially when you're like right now I'm really in my like momentum growth phase. And so I'm really having to push out more content, really keep learning who I am. I learn a lot right now. I'm reading a lot. I'm studying a lot. Like there's a lot that I'm doing right now because I'm in my momentum phase is probably the best way I like to describe it. I just felt like if I was going to go to Alice in Wonderland, I really can't go to EDC not even a month later. They were like 3 weeks apart. And I don't know, I just had peace about that. And I just had this feeling like I'm not supposed to go to EDC. And again, I didn't know why that was. I just had the feeling. And so instead of me being like, no, I'm going to go against the way I feel. I'm going to fight this. I'm going to figure out a way to go. I'm going to, hit up people, see who wants to go. I had friends going and stuff, but I don't know. I just like to like go with my own people and like kind of run it. So anyway, I just kind of like surrendered to this feeling of like, okay, this year I'm just, for some reason, I'm not supposed to go. And I really went with my feeling on it. And I was like, I don't know why it is. I just have a lot of peace that I'm not supposed to go this year. I'm just going to flow with life. I'm going to trust the way I feel. And I'm really happy that I did get to go to Alice in Wonderland, and I'm like good with my decision. Okay. So anyway, fast forward to the week of EDC. I got a phone call from one of my friends, and she was like, hey, I'm actually moving out this weekend. So can you come help me? And like literally until Saturday, we weren't 100% sure if she was moving yet or not, just because she was working with some final details on her like situation. And so anyway, I was supposed to go like early Saturday, but I told her, I was like, listen, I want to make sure that when you move, I can come because she lives pretty far. So I was like, let's just make sure that everything's good before I drive, because I have a lot of things that I'm working towards. And again, I'm in this phase in my life where I really want to like be grounded, and I need to be in my own frame right now. I need to not be distracted. I need to really focus on what I'm doing, what I'm building, where I'm going, my vision. Okay. And this is like what I've talked about in previous episodes, that sometimes in life we just need to be selfish. And it's not like a bad thing to be selfish. It's just a, hey, I need to dig my toes in the sand right now so that I can get the things that I need to get done so I can move on with my life and have things flow better later. But I need to dig in now, because depending on how far I dig now is how much my life is going to expand later. Because right now is like, I'm watering my seed that I planted, and I've been I don't know, I planted like a year and a half ago, right? So right now I'm watering it. Okay, so like under the roots, the roots are growing, things are happening. I just, I'm waiting for the actual flower to bloom, to pop through the soil. Okay, so right now I'm just in the watering phase, and I really wanted, so anyway, I told her, I just want to make sure that I do come when you actually move, because I want to be there to help you. And I'm pretty good at like getting things done, kind of staying focused, like, especially when I have limited time, I want to make sure that I can really help so that when you move, like you can relax and chill, because I have had friends in my past that really kind of taught me the importance of like moving. When I moved, and I've moved, however many times I've moved, I feel like I moved a lot in my 20s. But I always had friends that came in and they just took things over. They started, undoing all my clothes, hanging stuff up in the closet, getting boxes unpacked. Where do you want this? Where do you want that? Where should we put this? I'm going to work on the bathroom. And so it really kind of taught me that that's what I want to do for other people, because when you have to move and you have to do all this stuff alone, it can get very taxing, especially when it's dragging out. Like, it's annoying. That's why sometimes when people move, they end up having boxes they never unpack for years, because you kind of like hit a wall and you're like, I literally can't do this anymore. I can't open one more box. Okay. So, testament that we have too much shit, but regardless, that's reality. So I wanted to make sure that when I went this weekend, like we were on track, that I was, pushing us to get things packed up, get things moved in, get things unpacked. Like, we need to focus. We are not here to have fun. We are here to get you settled so that you can relax, so that when I leave, you can start relaxing and focusing on yourself, focus on your journey, and you're not focusing on trying to unpack all this stuff and do all this stuff because you still have all of this unpacking to do. So anyway, on Saturday morning, I didn't even know she was moving, and I was supposed to be there Saturday morning. But regardless, like 1 p.m., she calls and she's like, okay, it's official. Like, get in the car. I'm like, oh my God. I was watching something on Gaia, and I literally turned it off, hopped in the shower. I didn't even have a bag packed. And I know that was like, I should have been more prepared, but I should have known better that it was going to happen, because I was missing EDC weekend for a reason. And now I know this is exactly why I had this feeling that I just don't need to go to EDC. I didn't need to know why. I just needed to know, like, it wasn't meant for me this time. And this is a testament, and this is really my whole message. This is a testament of really trusting your life and trusting your feelings. That if something comes up in you, like you should or shouldn't go somewhere, either go to the place that's calling you, or if you feel like you shouldn't go somewhere, or you shouldn't be hanging out with that person or that group of people, be really grounded in who you are and have faith that you are feeling these feelings for a reason. And know that when you do miss out, in quotes, you will be given the answers later on in life of like why you were or were not supposed to do that thing. And I feel like this is like the exciting treasure hunt that we go on in life. Like we are like seeking for life to show us things. And if you really want to be lit up in life and you want to be inspired and excited, it's really important that you tap into what you feel you should or should not be doing, because it is going to lead you down a path that you're meant to go down. But so many people do not live like that because their minds can't perceive the known. And so what happens is they go against the way that they actually feel because it's unknown, or they don't know why they're feeling like they should do something, so they don't do it. But really what happens is you not taking that aligned action on the thing that you're supposed to do. You are missing out on golden opportunities that the universe is trying to send you. And so like for me, for instance, if I would have went to EDC this weekend, bought a ticket, got hotels, got my outfits, put all this energy into scheduling and that's not the word I'm looking for. Planning, scheduling, planning. It is the same thing, but planning something with someone else, because I would go to Alice in Wonderland at Red Rocks alone, but I wouldn't go to a festival by myself. It's just like, no, I wouldn't do that. It's way too big. Because the festival, there's like 7 stages. Alice in Wonderland was just her, and it was like, just Red Rocks. It's just like a venue. So anyway, if I would have had to put in all of this time and energy and gotten so excited for something, but going against how that I didn't feel like for some reason I'm supposed to go, what would have happened when my best friend called me? Because, by the way, don't forget that I haven't been feeling like I should actually go to EDC for like a couple of months. Actually, even longer than that, because I hadn't been planning it. And when you're going to plan a festival, it's not really something you just plan like randomly. You are planning this for months. So if I would have been, putting all this effort into this weekend against how I felt that I really shouldn't go this year, for whatever reason it is, when my best friend says, hey, I'm moving this weekend, can you help me? Guess what? I would have been like, no, and damn, I knew I shouldn't have gone to EDC. Something in me told me, like, this year, just don't go. You don't need, just don't go. And I just want to share with you that when you trust what is going on in your life and you do not know why things are happening or why you're being called to do things or not do things, you are literally in such alignment with your highest self, higher calling. There's so much magic that can be brought to you. And I feel like this, for me personally, was just another testament of like me strengthening my intuition muscle, because intuition is like we live in the 3D. Intuition is like your higher mind, your 5D, where your higher self can see your whole life. So it's like your higher self is speaking to you, but you have free will in the 3D to make the decisions. But the more that you trust yourself and you trust the feelings and the ideas, and you just really let go and you say, okay, for whatever reason, I don't feel like I should do this, and then you don't do it, the answer comes to you, because the answers are always going to come. And then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, now I know why I was feeling that. And like, that's the magic of life. This is the beauty of life, is that when you are listening to your intuition, you will be shown something that is going to tell you this is why you were told to do the specific thing. And so I had so much peace, even though I really wanted to go to EDC. Like, obviously, I just had this, like, I can't explain to you. I had this feeling that, like, yeah, I'm just not supposed to go this year. And because I have been working on my intuition muscle building, I trust myself more. And so when I feel things, I don't give it a positive or negative emotion. I just am like neutral with it. You know, like, I don't know, this is how I feel. So I'm accepting the way I feel and I'm good with it. It's not positive or negative. It's just the way I feel. And I know that I will be shown later on down the line what's going on. But right here in this moment, this is how I feel. And because I trust myself, because I love myself, I'm good. Because the external world doesn't affect me and my internal world. I just know that I don't need to go this year. And then fast forward the week of, so like it's almost like last minute, I end up needing to go help my friend move. And I personally, if it was EDC or helping my friend move, obviously I want to go help her. EDC festivals, there's billions of them. They happen all the time, all over the world. I could go to a festival at any time, but when a friend really needs you, like really needs you, you are available to help them because you followed the way you feel. So you're able to show up for the people that you love in your life because you didn't go against the way you felt and just booked the trip anyway, and then made yourself unavailable to actually show up and help your friend or whoever in a time of need where they really needed you. How many times does your friend move? Not often. Maybe once a year, but most people don't move even close to that, you know? But that's when you feel so like, I'm going to keep trusting myself, because going off of how I feel actually works. I can't tell you guys, if I would have spent all that money and all that energy on EDC, I probably would have went to one day and then went to help her. But I would have spent all this money, all this energy, all this time. I would have had to cancel hotels. Like, it just would have been such a headache, because there's no way that I couldn't have showed up to help my friend. Like, no way. I would not do that. And so that's the message today, is to trust yourself and to know that when you are being guided, just know that it may not make sense. It actually is not ever going to make sense, like 99% of the time, when you follow your intuition over your logical mind. Because logically, my mind would be like, no, I love EDC. We want to go. I want to be there. I don't want to miss out. FOMO, it's the best time. Like all of these things. So like, don't listen to your heart. Like listen to what you want. Go against what you are feeling because there's a bigger plan at play that I can't see. So go against it to go because I love EDC. That's where I want to be. I don't want to miss it. It's so close to my home. It makes sense for me to go to EDC instead of having to fly to go to a different festival or whatever. Like, do you see how when you just trust the process of your life and you just trust what's actually going on, knowing that you are being led by something bigger than you in this life, how when you just trust it, the answer will come to you. And it might come soon or it might come at the last minute, but the answer will come to say, this is why you were asked or led to do thing A, or this is why you were led to not do this. And then you'll be like, wow, this is pretty freaking cool. And that's how you start to build trust with yourself. This is how you start to build resonance with yourself. I think that's a right word, but you really start to resonate with who you are and you start to build that intuition muscle. You start to learn like, I can trust myself. And like the biggest step I could tell you is when you are being led, you know you are being led if the thing that you are being led by, you have peace in your body. If you are going to go somewhere and you are feeling anxious or you are feeling like unsure, it's probably a sign that that is not meant for you. Now, this could be a sign that maybe you need to sit on it and think about it. And if that feeling, it's like, what did they say when you're supposed to get a tattoo? I think you're supposed to wait like 6 months to a year. And if you still want the tattoo, then you should go get it. Like that's how it is. Maybe you just need to sit back and really think about the situation. Really like think, I just need to take some time and I need to feel how I feel in this moment. And if there's any anxiety, if there's anything uncertain, don't do it. Just wait until you have this overwhelming peace of like, okay, I have peace about this situation, so I am going to do this, or I don't have peace, so I'm not going to book the trip. I'm not going to do the thing. I'm not going to go to the party. And I bet if you look at your own life, when you've maybe dated someone, maybe night one, you're like, I don't need to date this person. And then you go down your journey and you're like, yeah, I knew night one. I mean, that's how it was with my ex. Like night one, there were red flags that I was like adamantly against. And I just kept dating him and then ended, where it ended. If you haven't heard that story, keep listening to my podcast because I bring it up sometimes. But I just really want to encourage you to trust yourself and trust that you are being guided by something bigger than you even know. And you're always going to get the answers, always. So don't worry. Just be eyes wide open, heart open, ears open, and know that whatever you're being led or guided to or away from, the answers are going to come and you're going to be like, I'm so happy I didn't do that. Or I'm so happy I did this because this opened the doors to a new life that I never even knew. Or me not doing this thing saved me from a life that would have caused me drama and chaos and way more headaches than if I would have just not done the thing that I didn't feel like I should do. So drop a comment below. Let me know if this resonates with you guys. What are you doing? How are you feeling? I really want to know. And I really hope that this resonated with you and that you really do learn to cultivate trust with yourself, and you really do start to believe that you can trust yourself, and that when you start to live your life from alignment in that way, which is trusting yourself, you are going to soar through life with more ease and flow, and everything is going to be so beautiful and magical for you. So I love you guys very much. Stay tuned. I will be dropping another episode this week, and I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. 5 stars on Spotify, Apple Podcast. Please leave me a review, but I love you guys so much. Please be blessed, manifest your dreams, follow your heart and your intuition. You are being led and guided in this life, and I love you. As always, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go.
I love you.